All right, so wedding's over. Go back to work, get some stuff done now. Now we can start working on the car again. Move all the stuff around. So today got a little bit of free time. I'm gonna continue actually where Josh left off. I'm gonna keep moving and drilling that inner rocker panel out. And the other thing, I'm still gonna finish scraping off all the old undercoating and all that stuff out from there. Last time we had all that cut out. We're good with all that now. I need those rockers cut out. And then I really need to sand this thing down and put it in epoxy primer. Because now from touching it and stuff, it's starting to get nasty. Alrighty. Let me see what I can get going here today. Alright, so what are we doing, right? Get a light on the subject here. You gotta scrape off all the undercoating, whatever's there. And then as you hit it with some sandpaper, then you can identify where all the those are all spot welds, all the way down. So once you got a spot cleaned off that you can see, then we'll hit it with a little punch. And then we'll use these tools. These are called spot weld remover, right? Little spot welder tool. Basically has a point that's on a spring. So that's on a spring. So if you punch do a little pinch point, whatever you want to call it, punch. This little point will sit in the hole that you just punched in the center. And then you turn and it'll cut a hole like that. It'll cut the center. It'll cut around the center, leave the center, doesn't leave the spot weld. So then you separate the panel, right? This panel will separate, and then you'll just have those little nubs, and those you just grind off. A lot of guys will just drill straight through, but then when you're drilling straight through, then you're going through both the panels that you want to keep, and then you got to weld all the holes shut. I don't want to do that. So this way, take a little bit longer, but it'll be a lot cleaner in the long run. All right, let me get drilling. All right. So we ended up going to get 2 more of these because we broke them. And I gotta go get 2 more because I just broke the rest of those. But we got this cut off. I got this section almost off. So basically this is just gonna peel back now. Like that, right? And chisel the rest of it off. I got a slice in it right here. Then we're gonna put a slice in it here. I'm leaving this little section here where the 4 pads are. This one's gonna come off and that one's gonna come off. So where the pads are, that's where we're gonna rehook up the body to the chassis. When the chassis is actually done, it'll get a tab here. And then we'll probably make a flat tab, so then when we drop the body down on it, we'll put a nut and bolt here. And then a couple more everywhere else, but there'll be 4 there for sure. All right, let me get the rest of this thing off now. Now you see how it actually works, right? Just gotta go in and chisel it out, make sure they're all done. And then these little nubs that are left over, we just grind them off. All right, got the rest of this. And that's that. We'll weigh that. Get all this stuff out of here. And now we just grind these clean, and then that's it, that stays. This piece is gonna stay. We're gonna get all this stuff off it. And now we're gonna cut that piece off. Now we don't know what we're doing with this yet. I'm not sure if I'm keeping this in place or just skimming this. And then just leave this opening. Take the back of it out. It's already kind of disconnected anyway, so. But I like to leave the face of it. We're not using the hinges. We're gonna make studs with removable doors. Oh, we'll see when we get to that part. I'm gonna cut this off for now and take that off and maybe skim this thing and take this inner panel off. And I still gotta do that whole back piece. 2 pieces, one here and one in the back. And then the whole other side. Well, a lot of fun. But this is all gonna be worth it in the end. Okay, let me keep moving. Okay, got the rest of it off. I'm working on this front piece. I'm gonna trim this off and then peel this back. And then this will get cut off. And then we'll take that piece off. And then we can go start on the other side. Okay.
So did we wait and see how much it is?
Not yet. That's one side. So
Wow. Alright.
This piece off.
I gotta drill all these out now.
Bro, all day. What time is it?
Huh? It's 4 o'clock.
All day. All day it took me to do that. I bought another pack of
Okay. Of the
another
things,
3
yeah.
pack. That's all they had left.
Okay.
We could go to Harbor Freight and get more if we need them, but I think I got enough.
Alright. Hopefully that'll be enough.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, so we're gonna cut the whole thing out. I changed my mind. Just
What?
cut the whole thing out.
What?
Remember, I was gonna leave like 2 little slots.
Right.
So we'll cut the whole thing out, and then I'll make something else.
We could put even little small
Right.
spots like.
Right. I gotta grind all that. Oh man.
Alright.
Let me cut the other side while I'm at it.
And then I'll start punch. I'll hit all these with the punch and start drilling
So
all
what
these
I've been
out.
doing is, I took the drill,
Yeah.
put that little 1/8" bit on it,
Right.
and
Put a hole.
just put a, not even, just a little dimple in each one.
Well, that's what I was doing with the punch. You
And then
whack
it
them.
still rides around. Whatever.
The way I was doing it was all right,
All right.
but
Well, if you
And
start
then
on one end,
yeah.
I'll continue on the other end.
Do we have 2 things? We could do 2 of them at once. I got another
I got a
drill.
whole crap load of them now.
I got another drill.
I got 1, 2, I got 4 arbors,
Okay.
and I got like,
Brand new, like 4 of them.
yeah,
All right.
I got like 4 of those.
Cut that off, and then we'll get in there.
Alright. We're gonna tag team this side. Alright, so we marked all these. He's starting over there and he's gonna start going that way. I'm gonna keep moving that way.
Let me get them earmuffs real quick.
Alright. See how much we can get done today.
getting there pretty quick. That thing cuts like butter, them new tips.
All right, tech tip of the day. So,
Buy real stuff.
Andre, Auto Body Supply. Right? Double-ended cutter. So I had, I don't know where, the other ones must have came from like Harbor Freight. Man, I was drilling and drilling. They don't cut for crap. But then I broke the last one, so I'm like, all right, let me go get some, right? So I stopped at Andre's, and he had a, you know, I'm thinking that's where those came from. But then I'm looking at them, I'm like, man, they look different even.
No, that's a new one. The old one will hit the floor.
That's a real one. So
I'm sure a brand new Harbor Freight one cuts.
No, they don't.
No?
No, because I had that. Look, that's the other side of this one, right?
Right.
But I broke. Was this the last one I had? So I'm thinking, oh, let me go get some before, because then it would have been closed today. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's way different.
See the difference? But I mean,
Them things cut.
that thing goes like butter. So.
What'd you do to my,
Yeah, bro.
You can see that.
That was a good one.
Was.
So.
I gotta keep making some holes over here
Keep
and
going. We got a lot to go yet. It's going a lot faster than before, but. Get under here.
Alright.
So, I'm gonna show you the. I mean, we're doing this so quick now. I'm so mad. My back, my neck, my legs, everything cramped up doing that side by myself because it took so freaking long with these. But watch this. So this is a new bit, right? This is the one I had on there yesterday. This is the last one, right? I'm gonna
New hole.
New hole, new hole, new hole. Right? Watch. So. I'm laying into it. You can hear the drill. Okay, I'm laying into it. I'm not where I need to be yet. Right? Laying into it.
Now we already made about 20 holes with this.
All these I made with that cutter. I didn't change it yet. Ready? I'm not even gonna push hard. Watch. You'll hear the drill.
That's a hole.
Unreal. You can see the chips flying like crazy.
Yeah.
Blair tool.
If you want, they could sponsor us.
Yeah. We'll never need them again. God only knows when I'll need them. That's why I was like, I had them for who knows how long, them other ones. But the real ones obviously work way better.
All right, let me finish drilling out a couple more holes. Almost there.
Almost there.
Look at that.
Yep, come right out.
I can't wait to weigh it.
If you need, like these, this is a 3/8 spot welder.
Yeah.
Remember? They make a 7/16, which is a little bit better. Like if you did it with the 7/16, you just pull it right off.
Yeah.
Because it gets every little bit of the weld. This, you got to kind of go in there and make sure you got them all. You know what I mean?
But, yep.
But, yep.
I got that.
Got one there?
Maybe.
Yeah, we got one over here.
I mean, you can see the size of the tip. Alright. I'll show you when it's on.
All right, last piece. Beautiful.
That's it.
So much faster. All right, cool. Now we just got to clean all this stuff out of here. Grind all these nubs down, which won't take long at all. And then we got to sand this body before it gets too out of hand. All right, so rockers are off. We're gonna put it all together. We got all the pieces. I'm gonna weigh it, see how much we took off this thing. Very curious. The other car still has all this in it, so not that I'm gonna take that out. Too much work. You'd have to take the whole freaking car apart. But I'm gonna see how much we took off compared to that one. All right. Let's see what it weighs.
Okay, this is roughly everything we took off.
How are you gonna see it?
I'll take it off. It'll hold it.
20.8, so almost 21 pounds less the bucket. So call it 18 pounds.
Yep.
18 pounds, baby.
18 pounds. That you
Free
can't
weight.
get nowhere else.
That'll make up for that
monstrosity.
monstrosity right there. All right. Every little bit counts. All right, so back on this today. Got all that off. So I'm gonna go back now and all these little nubs. Gonna grind them all off. And then start sanding the inside of the wheel wells. Get all the crap off of the inside of the quarter panels and stuff. And probably hit that with either a self-etch primer or just gonna put some epoxy primer on it or something. That's gonna actually stay like that. So I don't think I'm putting any paint in there that I know of at this time. We got to get to the outside of this thing because I want to get this stuff off. All right, so let me get going on that, and then we'll do the back. Okay, so this is on speed here. Let's take that off. I don't put any music on because it gets censored with copyrights and stuff, so I got to get somebody to make me some of our own music. That's coming soon too. All right. All right. Well, I got all that ground down. I just got one more spot to go. I got to change the disc, and then I'll be able to finish up the last probably 6 or 7 of those, and then we'll move on to the back. All right. So we are in the back of the car. Got the DA out. Get some air. And basically, I'm just gonna clean up the inside of these quarter panels. This is pretty much all dried out. What do you call it? Undercoating. So I just want to clean it up a little bit and get that all off of there. hold off the DA some more. So that's basically all I'm doing. I'm just cleaning it up, getting all the, you know, the whatever off it. Like it's surface rust and just some like dried out undercoating. So that's gonna take me a little while. We're gonna do that. Now the other side, and they're both about the same. I just gotta scrape this section here. About that much of it. I already scraped that. Up there I could do with the DA. And then down in here it's pretty clean. It's amazing how nice these are. Can't really tell, but in person they're phenomenal. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do here. I don't need you to watch me scrape and do this, but that's what I'm gonna be doing. All right. Got all that cleaned off. All back here. Got that side done. Good to go now. So when I epoxy the outside, I'll epoxy the inside. That's what I'm gonna do. So next step is to start sanding all this surface rust off. All right. Next step.
Alright, you're gonna get this thing all cleaned up. Make sure that don't fall. Vacuum everything out, clean it all up, we're sweeping up the floor. That way, next thing we're gonna do is sand the outside of the body and everything. Inside too, everywhere. And then we're gonna epoxy primer it. So we don't have to worry about rusting or nothing like that. And then maybe even end up finally, we'll self-etch the table. We're gonna pull it outside one time and then just self-etch the table up. It moves around now. That's a lot of structure. When you take those out, you don't really realize it, but that's okay. We're not needing it at all anyway. Once you put the cage in it and everything, it's gonna get welded to that, and then it'll be solid again. All right.
Making a quick stop. All right, so we're going to get the sandpaper and stuff we need to sand that car down. So they're back from vacation now. I missed them. All right, so we got our stuff here. We got 80, 180, and epoxy primer. Light gray epoxy primer.
So that way it doesn't turn into a bucket.
Stop all the rust. All right, let's go. Thank you, Andre.
Oh, thank you, guys.
All right, so we picked up all our material. We're gonna start with the 180, right, on a DA. So I just tried this spot here and this spot here because the roof is the worst, right? It looked like that, so it comes out perfect. Very minimal effort. So I'm gonna just make sure that all that's good, and then obviously doing that, you can find all your little dingers. You can see, right? See that little dinger right there? So I'm gonna do the whole car with that and get these beautiful quarter panels back to nice again. All right, so all this, it's just really surface rust from us touching it and whatnot. So once we get it all like that and like that, she's looking good. Oh, I'm gonna epoxy the inside of the quarters. This back panel, I'm gonna epoxy everything. This way it stays. You ain't gonna mess with nothing no more. The dash is gonna get cut out, so I'm not gonna even touch that. I'm actually gonna cut this out. I'm gonna trim it back, cut it out. That's all factory rust right there. That's been like that for God only knows how long. So we're gonna cut that out. This is gonna get sanded. This is gonna go back in, but the cage is gonna come down like this. So the cage will come down here behind this, because there's gonna be a bar here. This is gonna come out, and we're gonna put the hinges attached to that. So the dash is gonna be cut out. I'll bring that to get sandblasted. Brian will do that for us. You'll see him on the channel. When I get that done, I'll have that sandblasted. We'll put that in primer. That's gonna get welded back in, but it's probably gonna come out a little bit farther. So I'm gonna put a spacer in here to make this sit farther back, because everything's gonna be moved back. The seat's gonna be moved back. The main hoop is probably gonna, right now the main hoop on the other car is right here. Like, same as this, like this. We put it right behind these two so you don't see it. So is that one. Like that, same thing. I'll show you on this one. All right. Remember, we're mimicking this car, so you can see where the hoop is. All right, so now it's gonna be, probably instead of being here, it's probably gonna be about here. So everything's gonna get moved back. This car still has the factory steering column, still has the headliner, all that stuff. The rockers are all still in there. The other car is gonna be stripped down version. So should be interesting when this one's done. All right, so gonna do a lot more sanding. I'll show you some of it as we're doing it, but basically we're sanding the whole car. All right, so we are, I started sanding this spot. Gonna get some more. So I'm using 180. Right? I'm gonna show you a little bit as I'm going along. I'll put you on speed dial if you wanna watch it. If not, skip through. But basically we're gonna sand this whole thing down. All right, that's what it looks like. Coming out real good. So I'll put it on speed for a little while if you guys want to watch. All right, so you're getting the gist of it. I'm not gonna keep videoing the whole thing. I'm gonna do this whole side, and then I'm probably gonna epoxy this one side after I'm done with it. This way I don't have to worry about it flashing over again. Now that I got it clean, so I'll probably just do this one side, epoxy this side, and then I'll do the roof. Epoxy the roof. I should have started on the roof, but I'll epoxy the roof and then I'll do the other side. All right. All right. So got it all sanded down. I just wiped it down with some pre-cleano. Make sure there's no dings anywhere. There's just a couple little ones, but man, these things are straight as an arrow. Yep. There's just a little one, two. One, two. That's it, lady. That's it. Nice. And then up here where I hit it with the freaking saw. But I'll fix that later. Got all that stripped down, clean all that down. That's coming off. I ain't messing with that. So that's all done. I'm gonna wipe it down dry. And then we're gonna put some 2-part epoxy on it. I just talked to my buddy Tony. He said use the epoxy. This way we don't have to worry about it. And then he also gave me a hint about some tip. If I epoxy that I gotta make sure this epoxy is good for that, but you could paint right over it. So I might epoxy all the inside and then get a quart of paint and put the paint on it, and then that's the end of that on the inside. I won't have to mess with that no more till the end. But so I'm gonna just prime this one side, like about halfway up here, like that. Prime all this, and then tomorrow, because that's gonna set up. I don't want stuff getting on that. So tomorrow I'll do the roof, the back panel, do this back panel, other side. I'll see how far I get. Maybe I'll just do the roof down the other side, down the other sail panel, and then prime that, and then do this, and then prime the other thing, because it takes too long to sand it all down. But I need to get this in primer because we're going to Lebanon Valley tomorrow afternoon. We're leaving, so I can't leave this like this till we get back. It'd be too long. But I needed to do something with this car. I got to keep moving with it. All right, here we go. I'm using the Wanda 2-part epoxy, and I'm going to make sure that I could paint over it if I could. Then when I come back or whatever, then I'll do the inside. All right. So that was a waste, but I'll use it somewhere else, or I'll just go bring it back. But I bought this thinking I didn't have any more, right? Because I thought this was black 2-part primer, which I didn't want to use, but it's light gray. I bought this when we did Josh's car. I forgot all about it. All right, anyway, I'm gonna use this and not that one. So this is the stuff I'm using. All right, direct to metal, what we need. I'll mix a little bit of this up and put it on there. All right, 4-to-1, mix this up. Picked up a cheapo $18 Harbor Freight gun. So I could just throw it away. I ain't got to worry about cleaning it. It costs more to clean them than it is to replace it. So, get this all set up. I'm going to get that done and get ready to paint. It's nice and dry now. Dried off. I wiped it down again. Nothing comes up, and rags come up nice and clean. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. so nice. And that's it. I'll worry about all the rest of it when I paint it. I'll worry about the rest of it when I do the roof. But man, it looks good. All right. Check it out. Nice. Nice and clean. So I give it basically 2 coats. Good to go. Like brand new, baby. Like brand new. Woo, that looks good. I'm so happy I got this car. Gonna make life a lot easier not doing quarter panels. All right. Hit the next one when I come back from Lebanon Valley.